Good morning to one and all, ma. Today we are discussing the topic that is nothing but in fifth unit identity and access management architecture. Today we are discussing what, ma? IAM. In the sense that is a shortcut of identity and access management. Let us we will start the class now. First of all, if we have to listen what the introduction. Okay, listen carefully. Okay, identity and access management is the security discipline. First of all, if you want to access any data from the cloud, we need some security disciplines that enables the right individual to access the right resources at the right time for the right reason. Listen carefully what I am saying. The identity and access management, it is the security discipline that able to do work at that from cloud. We want to access the data, it should be a right individual to access the right resources, okay, at the right time for right reason. Okay, so what our main motto of identity and access management in the sense, identity management is the some set of business processes. What you can say, identity management is the some set of business processes, and it is a supporting infrastructure, and it is a supporting infrastructure for the purpose of creation and maintenance, and it is the use of digital identities. What it is the use, the digital identities. Listen carefully, what is the meaning of the identity management? Identity management is the set of business processes, and it's supporting infrastructure. What it support here? Infrastructure for the purpose of creation. What if we have to creating, and what if we have to manipulating, in the sense what the handling the maintenance of that particular cloud. We want to access some data, okay, and use of digital identities. Okay, this is the concept of identity and access management introduction. Now we can study about what are the basic concepts. What we have to study about now, what are the basic concepts of basic concepts, and we can study about the definitions of identity and access management functions. Okay, for any for including that what if you have to include the basic concept and definitions of IAM functions, it including the following sections. Like first one is authentication, the second one is authorization, and the third one is auditing. First of all, if we have to listen what is authentication, listen carefully, ma'am, otherwise you can't able to understand the concept here. Authentication is nothing, ma'am. Authentication in this, it is the a process of verifying the identify of a user or a system. Correct person only accessed that particular data. Okay, only authorized users only access the data. That is nothing but we are verifying the identity of your user, verifying the identity of a user or a system. In some cases, what we can call it as, such as service to service interaction. What you can call it as authentication, service to service interaction. And authentication, what it involves in the sense, it involves verifying the network services. What it verifying that network service requesting how we can access that particular information we want to served by another service. Okay, it is the concept of authentication. Nothing, ma. Authentication is the process of verifying the identity of a user or a system, or we can say authorized user only access the particular information or a data. In some cases we can call it as service to service interaction, and this authentication involves we are verifying the network service requesting we are accessing to some particular information. It is served by another service. Okay, now we can study about authorization. Nothing. Authorization, listen carefully. What is the meaning of authorization? Authorization, it is the process. Process is nothing but it is one of the mechanism. Authorization is the process of determining the privileges of the user. What here we want to determining that we want to determining the privileges of a particular user or a system is entitled to once the identity is established. In other words, what I can say in the sense, authorization is the process of enforcing policies. We want to enforcing the particular policies. We can determining what are the privileges of a particular user or system is to be entitled once the identity is must and should be established. Okay, this is the concept of authorization. And coming to the third one, that is nothing but auditing. What does the name says exactly? Auditing, we want to auditing something in the sense in the context or in the content of identity and access management. We are auditing entails the process of review. Okay, what we have to say, the process of review and the examination of both authentication and authorization records. And we can say what are the activities we can determine the adequacy of that particular identity access management, how the system will control. Here what we have to studying here, security policies and procedures. We are studying about auditing, there we want to establish with to verify the compliance with security policies and as well as procedures. For example, if we can take the separation of duties, we can do one duty, some members has allotted some separation of duties to verify that compliance with established some security policies and as well as procedures. So we want to detect some breaches in security services. We want to detect some breaches in security services. Okay, and we want to recommend whatever the changes that are indicated for that counter measure. Okay, whatever they want to recommend any changes that are indicated for that particular counter measures. Okay, this is the concept of this is the introduction of identity and access management. Let us we discuss the introduction and what are the basic concepts and definitions of IAM functions. What are it includes? It includes authentication, authorization and auditing. Okay, now we can study about IAM practices in the cloud. Okay, what in the cloud? In the cloud, we are practicing about identity and access management. Like we are studying about user management functions in the cloud. What you have to study now? User management functions. User in the sense or customer, whatever the user, how to management that function in the cloud. In the sense, in the cloud it can be categorized as it follows. Listen carefully what I am saying here. User management functions in that cloud, it can be categorized as follows. The first one is nothing but cloud identity administration. First of all, if we have to identify that cloud through that particular administration. Okay, what it does means in the sense I have told to you. one by one. Okay, the second one is nothing but a federation or SSO in the sense single sign on. What ma? Single sign on. The third one is nothing but authorization management. Okay, how their authorization is nothing but it is the process of determining the privileges of a particular user or a system. Once if we have to entail the identity of a particular user. Okay, and fourth one is nothing but compliance management. Now we can study about at IAM practices in the cloud. The first one is cloud identity administration. The second one is federation or a single sign on. The third one is authorization management, and the fourth one is compliance management. Now we are studying the first one, that is nothing but cloud identity administration. Okay, what is the meaning of the cloud identity administration? This administration function, what it focus, it should focus on life cycle management. It focus on life cycle management of user identities in that cloud. Okay, what I meant to say ma here, the cloud identity administrative functions should focus on life cycle management. It should focus on a life cycle management of user identities in that cloud. Okay, the first one is nothing but we are to provisioning and deprovisioning of identities. First one, what you have to say in life cycle management of user identities in the cloud? The first one is nothing but to provisioning and deprovisioning of identities. The second one is password or credentials management. We can use some passwords or credential management. And the third one is a profile management. In at cloud identity administration we have to manage some profile management. And the fourth one is nothing but administrative management. What management if we have to focus? Administrative management. This is the concept of cloud identity administration. What it main motivates, it should focus on life cycle management of user identities in that cloud. We are using provisioning and deprovisioning of identities, password or credential management, and to manage the profile. And the last one is nothing but administrative management. Here now coming to the concept of the second one is nothing but federated identity. In the sense federated identity, one more name we can call it as single sign on, SSO. Here the listen carefully, what are the organizations or industries or institutions it must be planning? Organizations it must be planning to implement, what they have to implement there, to identify the federation that enables a single sign on for users. It can take one of the following two paths, like architecture in organization planning to implement identity federation that enables a single sign on. It can take one of the following two paths in architecture. Like the first one is nothing but we want to implement an enterprise IDP with an organization perimeter. With an organization perimeter we want to implement an enterprises. Okay, and we have to integrate with a trusted cloud based identity management service provider. Yes, we want to integrate with a trusted cloud based identity management service provider. Okay, now we can discuss here one by one. The first one is nothing but enterprise identity provider. What we can say? Enterprise identity provider. You can study about here enterprise identity provider. In the sense, in this architecture we are study about listen carefully. In this architecture, this is the architecture of enterprise identity provider. In this architecture, we want to provide the cloud services. It will delegate authentication to an organization's IDP. In this delegated authentication architecture, the organization federates identities. So, within a trusted circle of cloud service provider domain, a circle of trust can be created. First, we have to, a circle of trust can be created with all the domains that are authorized to delegate authentication, to the IDP. In this deployment architecture, where the organization will provide and support an IDP. Okay, here we want to support IDP. IDP is nothing but identity a provider application. What we can say? Identity a provider application. In this deployment architecture, where the organization will provide and support an identity provider application, it to greater control. It can be accessed over whatever the user identities and attributes, or we can say some passwords or credential managements and security policies for the purpose of authenticating and authorizing users to a cloud service. Nothing in this architecture. What we can say here, the organization will provide and support an identity application. It control can be exercised over user identities and attributes and credentials and policies for authenticating and authorizing users to a cloud service. Okay, this is the diagrammatic representation of identity provider deployment architecture. Deployment in the sense we are delivering some data to that service provider. How we want to secure the attributes, credentials and policies for authenticating and authorizing users to a cloud service. Here look at this diagram. Here internet will be there, some load balancer will be there, and some secure attribute exchange, and then service provider will give the load balancer to that open single sign-on enterprise 1 and open single sign-on enterprise 2. In enterprise 1 we are embedded the configuration of data stored 1, and coming to the second enterprise 2, embedded configuration data stored at 2. Okay, this is nothing but the bicomplication of replication of configuration data. And then if we have to send the load balancer 1, in that we are taking some directory server 1 and directory server 2. Here so many master replication of that a particular user data. Okay, now we can study about you can study about identity management as a service. So what we can study about there? Identity management as a service. So what is the meaning of the identity management as a service? In the sense, in this diagrammatic representation, what we are studying about this, in the sense, here we can look at this diagram. Okay, here we have to look at this diagram. Here cloud services can delegate authentication to an identity management as a service. Okay, service, and we can say some provider also. In this model, what we have to study about, in the sense, organization outsource the federated identity management technology, and you are using some management processes to a third party a service provider. Whatever main motto of identity management as a service, here some of the cloud services, it can delegate the authentication to an identity management as a service, like a provider. Okay, as a service like a provider. In this model we are studying about some organizations outsource the federated identity management technology and user management processes to a third party service a provider. Here look at this diagram. Here some of the employees will be there, some of the partners will be there, some of the customers will be there. Here we are some, this is the employees have some enterprise portal, or we can take some customers some hosted portal. In this cloud identity service provider, we are storing some personalized portals and compliance and audit, single sign on, or we can say some federated identity applications and virtualized identity, and we can call it as some attribute mappings and synchronization with trusted systems of that particular record. This is nothing but multi-portal federation gateway, more than one protocol federation gateway. We are accessing Amazon EC2 and software as a service, some web apps will be there, and so service as a software. Like this is nothing but some multi-protocol federation a gateway. Okay, now we can study about the third one, that is nothing but cloud authorization management. What is the meaning of the cloud authorization management? What it main motivates in the sense, most probably and most efficiently cloud services support at least dual roles. What we can say ma, cloud services, it supports at least dual roles. First one is administrator and the second one is end user. Okay, in this concept the cloud services support at least dual roles. The first one is administrator and the last one is end user. Okay, here we are studying about what the main key concept of what you have to study about the key concept of authorization management at the cloud. We want to support for dual roles, that is nothing but administrator and end user. The last one, that is nothing but we want to here support for IAM, identity access management. It support for compliance management. What it supports ma, compliance management. What is nothing but compliance management in the sense, this process implies that access rights and privileges are monitored and tracked to make sure that the security of and enterprise resources. What we can study about here ma'am, this process IAM support for complaints management. This process implies that right access to the privileges are monitored and tracked to make sure that the particular security discipline of and the enterprise resources. So the process also helps auditors to verify compliance to various internal access control policies and as well as standards, and it include what are the IAM practices in the cloud, such as segregation of duties, or we can say separation of duties, and access monitoring and periodic auditing, and we can say reporting. Okay, in this concept we are studying about what are the process it needs to help the auditors to verify the compliance to various internal access control policies. Okay, we want to continue some various internal access control policies and as well as some standards, and it includes IAM practices in the cloud such as segregation of duties, or we can call it as separation of duties, and access monitoring and periodic auditing and finally we can call it as reporting. In this concept we are studying about this is the concept of IAM support for compliance management. In that, if finally the architecture, IAM architecture, what are the practices we want to impact the efficiency of that particular internal IT processes. Okay, the major role in the managing compliance with that particular enterprise resources. Okay, so most probably properly we are implemented identity access management practices and internal processes. It can also be help to improve the effectiveness of the control access control identified by that particular complaints a template, or we can call it as a framework. Okay, this is the concept of IAM practices in the cloud. Okay, if you have any doubts regarding the topic of IAM practices in the cloud, can you please ask to me? Okay, ma, up to now, thank you.